Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm really happy to have you here at Madame Collace and I hope you're doing good. I hope your day is going good, and today we are going to do a tutorial, a crochet tutorial for this particular Victorian style rose petaled hand warmers, okay? And the things that we are going to need are this fuzzy metallic acrylic yarn, which is 4-ply, right? So this is what you're going to need. And then we are also going to need a green one. So I am using this acrylic 4-ply. So these are the colors that I've chosen because it looks really nice. Also the metallic one is very fuzzy. We are also going to need the measuring tape, and we're going to need a crochet hook. It's going to be 3 millimeters. All right, so this is what we're going to use, as well as we're going to also need some stitch marker and scissors. And as the colors are dark, so I will be using this one and this one, okay, the sea green and the pastel pink for the tutorial because it's brighter and it's easy for you to understand. So without further ado, let's begin with the tutorial. So I am back with a brown background because this will be better for you for the brighter colors, and the measuring tape that we need is to measure the width, okay, the width of your hand. So for the size small to medium, you will be needing 7 inches or 7 inches or 18 centimeters. Okay, so that is the measurement for small to medium. If you want larger than that, then you can measure the width of your hand, and then you can crochet accordingly. All right, so let's begin with the slip knot. Right, so you go in to it, pull through. Right, okay, so this is a slip knot, and now we are going to I'm going to chain 10 plus 1, which is 11, and you are going to chain 30 plus 1, which is 31. All right, we need to chain one extra because that won't be counted when we do round 2. Okay, and I will be doing only 11 because this is just demonstration, but for you, if you're size small to medium, then you will have to chain 31. Okay, so this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. Okay, so 11 chains for me. All right, okay, so now for round 2, what we're going to do is, this is the front side, right? This is the V. Okay, we're going to go to the back. All right, we're going to work on the back side, which have got the bumps here. So if you have a closer look, there are some bumps, right? So these are the bumps that we're going to work into. Okay, so now this is 11, so which is 31 for you, so you skip that, right? You turn over and then you yarn over, and then you go into the first bump here, right, which is 30, number 30 or number 10 that I'm doing. So you do a half double crochet, all right, half double crochet, you pull through all 3 loops. Again, you go to the second bump, the back bump that we have, and then we are going to do another half double crochet. So throughout the row, you're going to do only half double crochet. Half double crochet is basically the entire pattern that we have. Okay, so this one, you do a half double crochet, right, go in. It's a bit difficult on the first row, it's difficult for me too, but you'll get the hang of it. It's only difficult for the first row if you're a beginner. And then after you're done with this one, then I'll meet you in the end of the round. Alright, so if you are now at the end of this row, the first row, okay, and you have still got one bump left to crochet, then you're going to yarn over, go into the last bump here, right? And then pull through all 3 loops, okay? And now after you're done with your first row, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, right? You turn your work, and now we are only going to, if you're going to look from the front, you're going to see V, the chain, and if you're going to turn it, you have another V. So not the first one here, but this one, right? So we're going to work on this, okay? So now you yarn over, okay? Make sure you do not skip any of it. So this one is chain 1 that we just did. Now we're going to work on this one, okay? So you go yarn over, you go in to the back loop only to the back loop, okay? Then pull and then pull through all, okay? Yarn over, okay? Only to the back loop here. Then yarn over again, okay? Pull through all 3, okay? Again, only the back loop, yarn over, then you pull through all 3, okay? You just keep doing that the entire row, all right? Okay, now before I forget to tell you, we are going to use stitch markers, okay? Because we might lose count and it's not nice because as we're only doing the back loops, it might be confusing. So what we're going to do is we are going to use a stitch marker and mark the first stitch that we did, right? Okay, and now you continue with your work. So you go in and then to the back loop, pull through all 3, okay? So do it again. It can be tricky, but it'll be fine. Right, okay, in, right, okay, in, okay. Then this is the last one, so the last chain, and then pull through all 3, okay, and then chain 1, okay. Now you turn your work. Sometimes it becomes loose, it doesn't matter because it gets, weaved in later. Now after chaining 1 and turning your work, you do the same again. This is the first one, you go in, then pull through all 3, half double crochet again, right? Once you're finished with the second, then I suggest you to put your stitch markers, all right? So we're going to use 2 stitch marker for this particular pattern that we're doing. So this is the stem, right? So we are only going to do half double crochet. The entire pattern is going to be that. All right, okay, so after you're done with this row, I will meet you back in the end of this row, okay? All right, now that you're done with round 2, okay, so this is how it's going to look like. So in the middle, if you have a look, there's going to be this bump, okay, this long straight lines here. So this is the one that you need to count, okay? So now let me show you as we're working on the stem. So these lines, the bumpy lines that we have here, so you're going to do 19 or 20 of them, okay? I have done 19, right? For the small size to medium size, I've done 19 of them. So you need to make sure that you have got 19 lines, these kind of lines. And once you're done with that, then I will meet you at the end of the last round. All right, so this is how it's going to look like. All right, so for me, what I've done is I've done let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I've done 10 of them for demonstration, but for you, if you are size small to medium, then you will be needing 19 or 20 of them, okay? Now we are going to fold, right? So we're going to fold it equally, and then you grab your yarn. Right, okay, now you are going to work on the first chain that we have here, and then you need to put your hook into both of them, right? Then you grab your yarn, and then you are going to pull up a loop. Okay, you're going to pull up a loop like this, and then you chain one, right? Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to do only single crochets throughout. Okay, so now you go to the second chain, and then you need to take your yarn tails along with you, okay, so that you can have a neater finish. Now you do a single crochet, right? So one more time, you go in and you do a single crochet. Okay, one more, right? Okay, do your single crochet, right? So you go in, you take both the chains, the front and the back, and then you do your single crochet. Right, so this is how it's going to look like. You're going to do single crochet throughout, okay, throughout, and then I will meet you at the end of this close up. Okay, so now that we have closed up, this is how it's going to look like, right? Now, to make the finish more neater, we are going to do the inside out, okay? We're going to turn it inside out, so this is how it's going to look like. Alright, so this way you will not know where you closed up. It's going to be neat. Alright? Okay. Now we are going to take your yarn, right? So find your loop. Okay, pull it tighter. Now we are going to go around, okay? Now we're going to go around, okay, doing single crochets only. Right, so the other side of the yarn too that we have, we're going to grab that too, right? And now we are going to do single crochets. So you go in, right, and then you do your single crochet. So now the holes that we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, 7, 8. So these are the holes that we're going to work into, okay? So 1, then 2, then 3, okay? We're going to go 4, right? So it might not look so, neat in the beginning, but it's all right because once we start doing the supple, all right, it'll be fine. So at the moment, all we need is the single crochet, okay, so that we can start with our supple properly. All right, so you just keep going into, and then you go around doing your single crochets. Okay, so you do your single crochets. I cannot tell you the exact count because everybody has got their own size, so you might be a small, medium, large, I do not know, so I cannot tell you the exact count, but you just go around, okay, doing a single crochet into each of the stitches. Okay, all right, so I will be meeting you at the end of this round. Alright, so now that we are at the end of this round of single crochet, now what we're going to do is we are going to do a slip stitch. So you go to the first single crochet that we did and you slip stitch. Alright, so after you slip stitch, we are going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to chain 4. Okay, and into the same space that we have, we are going to do a double crochet. All right, so you yarn over, you go into it, you pull through 2, and you pull through 2. Right, okay, so this is what you're going to do. So the chain 4 that we have done, that is going to be your first double crochet, and this is going to be second double crochet. Okay, now we're going to skip 2 chain spaces. We're going to skip 1 and 2, then you yarn over, and then you go to the third chain space and you do a double crochet again. All right, after you finish doing double crochet, you're going to chain one, and you're going to do another double crochet into the same chain space. Right, okay, perfect. All right, now you're going to, again, you're going to skip 2 chain spaces, yarn over, and then you double crochet into the third one here. All right, and then chain one again, and then double crochet into the same chain space. Okay, you repeat that, you skip 2, the third, you do double crochet, chain one, and then double crochet again. All right, okay, you skip 2, on the third one, you double crochet, chain one, you double crochet. All right, okay, so this is the pattern that we're going to work now. Okay, so we are going to do 2 double crochets into the same chain space after skipping 2 chain spaces. So double crochet, chain one, and double crochet. Okay, so now we're going to make a design, a pattern of inverted triangles. Okay, so you go around, all right, and then I will meet you at the end of this round. All right, so I'm at the end of this round and I have got 2 chain spaces left. So I'm not going to do any kind of stitch on that. I'm going to go straight ahead to the first 4 chains that we did. I'm going to go into it and then I'm going to do a slip stitch. All right, so this is how it's going to be for round 2. Okay, so I hope you know what we're doing at the moment. We are actually making the supple, right? So we have the single crochet, that is round 1, and then the first inverted triangle, this is going to be round 2, and that is what we're doing, and we have just finished that. All right, so after we do the slip stitch, we are going to chain 1, 2, and 3 this time, not 4. And now we're going to do, all right, a double crochet into the space here, the chain 1 space, right? Okay, so the chain 3 that we did is going to be a first double crochet. This is going to be second double crochet. Okay, now you chain 1, and then you yarn over and do another right here into the same space. We do another double crochet. So this is 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do the 4th one into the same space as well. All right, so now this is going to be the pattern for round number 3, right? So 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. Okay, and we are going to work into the inverted triangles that will be made for row number 2. Okay, so these are the spaces, the vertical inverted triangle. Okay, so we're going to work into these spaces. All right, so now we are going to go to the second one here. So you yarn over and then you do a double crochet, right? Okay, so this is 2, chain 1, and then this is the third one. Okay, this is the 4th one. All right, okay, then again double crochet, another one. So this is 2, right, chain 1, and 2 more into the same space. All right, again, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. This is going to be 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then another double crochet and 1 more. All right, so this is basically the pattern for round number 3. Okay. All right, so after you're done with this, I'll meet you at the end of the round. Okay, so we are at the end of row 3 for the supple, and now we are going to go to you count 1, 2, 3, so the first 3 chains that we made in the beginning, and you go in and you do a slip stitch. All right, after you do a slip stitch, we're going to go to this second chain, and only the first, not the entire. If you want to do entire, no problem, you can go through all, okay, and then you do another slip stitch, right, and then you go to the third one, and then you do another slip stitch. So we're going to do 3 slip stitches, right, so that we can be in the middle of this second round, the inverted triangle of the second round. Okay, so we are going to come into the middle of, so we have got 4 double crochets, so we're going to come in between it, and then you are going to chain 1, 2 and 3. Okay, you chain 3, and now into the middle of, okay, let me show you. We had 1 double crochet on this side and 1 double crochet on this side, which made it inverted triangle, and then we did second round with 2 on this side and 2 on this side. So now we're going to work into the middle of it, okay, into the middle of this. So after you chain 3, we are going to go into a double crochet and another double crochet, right? So we are going to do 3 double crochets. So the chain 3 is going to be the first double crochet in the second and third, right? After you finish doing that, now we're going to chain 1 and 2, okay, and then we're going to do double crochet into the same space. So this is 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, so this is going to be the pattern for round number 4. Okay, this is the last one, last pattern for the sapple. All right, now you go in to the middle space, the chain space that we have, and then you do 3 double crochet, right, okay, and then chain 2, and then another 3 double crochets into the same space, okay, right, now go to another one, double crochet 3 times, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and then double crochet 3 times again into the same chain space. All right, okay, now again on this side, double crochet, so this is 1, it's going to be 2, 3, chain 2, and 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is what we're going to get for round number 4, the last round. So this is how we're going to end the sapple. Okay, so you go. Now just go around doing the same thing, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so we are at the end of row 4, and now we're going to slip stitch. Okay, so the 3 chains that we did in the beginning, we're going to go into it, do a slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to chain 1. All right, chain 1, okay, and then you pull your yarn a little longer, okay, and then you cut it off, right? Okay, so we did the chain 1 so we can pull it tighter, so we can have a tighter finish. Okay, and now before we do the color change, we're going to go in this way, right? Okay, and we're going to find the first round that we had. Okay, so this is the third part of the sepal, this is the second, and this is the first. So the space that we have here in the middle, okay, I don't know if you can see it, but the space that we have here in the middle, that's where we're going to work. Okay, so now we're going to take the yarn, right, okay, you take your yarn, you go into this space here. Okay, here you have your yarn, the front, a little bit of it, then you go into it, and then you make a chain one. Okay, now you chain 1 and 2 on top of it, then you go and you do a double crochet. All right, you do a double crochet. Okay, all right, now you go to another space that we have here. So this, the first V that we did, right, so you go into it, okay, and then, right, sorry, you yarn over, you go into it, and you do a double crochet, right, you chain 1, and then you do another double crochet into the same space. Okay, you find another one, okay, turn your work, and then you go this one. All right, so you yarn over, and then you go into this V here, right, and then you do your double crochet. Okay, so this is the same thing that we're doing from the inside. Okay, chain 1, we're doing the V's from the inside. All right, okay, so find another one here, and then you go, you yarn over, right, you go to the V, into it, and then you do your double crochet, chain 1, you do another double crochet into the same, right, yarn over, you go into this V here, all right, then you do your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet again. Right, so it's the same V, the inverted triangles that we did earlier. All right, so but this is from the inside. Okay, it might be confusing at the moment, but I'll tell you why we're doing this later. Okay, so once you're done with the inverted triangles from within, I'll meet you at the end of the round. Okay, so now that you're finished with your inverted triangles, okay, so after you're done with it, you go into the first V that we have here. First V, you go into it, the chain 3 that we did earlier, and then you do a slip stitch. Okay, you just do a slip stitch, you chain 1, okay, and then you pull your yarn, and then you cut. Okay, so all right, okay, now you pull it tighter. All right, so now we have finished with the sepal, right, we are finished with the sepal, so this is how it's going to look like, right, okay, we've also finished the invert of it so that we can do the color change now. All right, so now I'm going to use the pastel pink that I showed you earlier. Let me, okay, right, okay, now you take the other color, the red one that you're using, I'm using the pink, and then you go, you turn, and then you do it, you turn your work this way, and now you can go, honestly you can choose any of the inverted triangles. All right, you don't have to choose this one, but if you feel like it, then no problem. You go into the inverted triangle, right, you take your yarn, right, okay, you pull it up into a chain 1. All right, that's to tighten it up. And now you chain 1, 2, okay, which becomes 3 chains in total. Now you yarn over and you do a double crochet. All right, you do a double crochet, you chain 1, you double crochet 2 more times into the same space. Okay, it's the same pattern that we did earlier in for the sapple. All right, so this one, the chain 3 that we did, is going to be the first double crochet, second chain 1, third and fourth. Okay, all right, now you can take it back, you don't have to use it, you can weave in the ends later. All right, now you go to the next inverted triangle, yarn over, you do your double crochet, yarn over, double crochet, chain 1, okay, 2 more double crochet into the same space. All right, now go to another one. Okay, this one's 2, chain 1, and then the third, and then the fourth. Okay, go to another one, and then double crochet. Oh, give me a moment. I missed a strand. Okay, so you double crochet 2 times, chain 1, double crochet 1 and 2. All right, you do the same again, double crochet 2 times, chain 1, and then you double crochet 2 more times into the same space. Okay, right. Okay, so this is what we're going to have. Now these are the rose petals that we are doing. Okay, so the red color, the red, so you see this one, so this is the one that we're doing. Okay, so this is after we finished with the V with the green, this is the red one. Okay, so this is row 2. Okay, so you continue doing that, and after you're finished with this round, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, okay, so after you finish with this round, now we are going to do a slip stitch on the first one. Okay, so the chain 3 that we did in the beginning, you go into it, right? Okay, you go into it and do a slip stitch, right? Okay, after you finish doing a slip stitch, now we're going to go to the second, okay, chain space, and you do another slip stitch. All right, now you go to the third one, and then you do another slip stitch. So 3 slip stitches on 1, 2 and 3, right? And now what we're going to do is we are going to chain 1, 2 and 3, right? Now we're going to go into this space here and do a double crochet, right? So okay, all right, so the chain 3 is going to be the first double crochet, the second double crochet. Now you chain 2, okay, and then two more double crochet into the same space, right? So 1 and 2, okay, and now you go to another one here, you go into the space here, and then you do a double crochet, another double crochet, 2 double crochet on this side, you chain 2, and then you do 2 more double crochet. Okay, all right, now go to the other space here. Okay, double crochet 1 and 2, chain 2, right, and then 2 more double crochets. So this is the pattern for round number 3. Okay, all right, so you go around and then I'll meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so now that we are at the end of round 3, we are going to go to the 3 chains that we did earlier, and then we're going to do a slip stitch. Right, okay, do a slip stitch. All right, now you do another slip stitch in the second space, and then you go into the middle and do another slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, 2, 3. Okay, after we chain 3, we're going to do 2 double crochet into the space that we have here, and then this becomes 3 double crochets. Okay, so the chain 3 is 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to chain 2. We're going to go and do 3 more double crochet into the same chain space. All right, okay, so this is number 2, number 3. Okay, all right, go into the next one, 3 double crochets. Right, chain 2, 3 more double crochets into the same space. Alright, now go to the next one and do the same. 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets into the same. Alright, okay, so this is going to be the pattern for round 4. Okay, alright, now you go around, you do the same throughout the row. Okay, so 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets again. Right, so you keep doing this and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so we are at the end of this row 4, and we're going to go to the chain 3 space here, and then we're going to do a slip stitch. Alright, now you go and do another slip stitch in the second space, and then in this space you do another slip stitch. Alright, okay, now you are going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4 for the final round. Okay, now because if you have a look, okay, if you turn your work, it's going to be small, right? Now we need to make it a little bit broader, so now we are going to use treble crochets. Okay, we are going to chain 4, right? And now, okay, yarn over 2 times, go in, then you pull through 2, and then you pull through 2 and pull through 2. Okay, so you do this 3 times. So this one is the first treble, second, and now after yarning 2 times, you go in, right, you pull up a loop, okay, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, so this one is going to be 3 treble crochets on this side. Now you're going to chain 2. Now you're going to yarn twice, yarn over twice, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, now yarn over twice, okay, and then pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, so you do 3 treble crochet on this side as well. Okay, alright, now you go to another one, and then you do the same, you repeat the pattern, 3 treble crochets into this one, right, okay, So this one is the third treble crochet. On this side you chain 2 and then 3 more on the other side, okay? Alright, then again go to another space, right, treble crochet. Oh, I did a double. Okay, so yarn over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Right, okay, so that's 1, 2, and oh my gosh, okay, 3, chain 2. Alright, and then 3 more treble crochet on this side. Okay, right. So this is the pattern, the last one, okay? So it's going to be 3 treble crochet, chain 2, 3 treble crochet, okay? That's the pattern. So you go around and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so we are at the end of this round, and I'm so glad that it's still bright because I thought it's going to be dark by the time I finish this tutorial. So alright, but it's still getting darker, so let's finish this quick. Now we are going to slip stitch here, the same thing that we did earlier, and now you chain 1, okay, and now you pull up a loop, you cut it off. My scissors are a bit blunt, taking some time, but yep. Alright, now you pull through, tighten it up, and here we go. Now we have got the the rose flower and warmers. Okay. Alright, so this is the tutorial, and this is the end of the tutorial. Like I said, it's broader now, better now, right, with the treble crochet, and it's so pretty. I actually like this as well. It's a pastel colored, you know, it's very pretty, don't you think so? Now all you need to do is weave in the ends, the tails, okay, and then you'll be good to go. And then you're going to have this as your final finished product, okay? All right, so this is what you're going to have, and I hope you're going to have warm hands after crocheting this, and hope you're going to look very fancy when you're going to wear this when you're going outside, right? I'm going to wear this. I'm going to make one for myself. This is for sale, but I'm going to make one more for myself just like this, and I'm going to wear it whenever I go out, and I hope you do the same. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm so glad to have you here at Madame Collace. I'm really happy that I finally completed my first crochet tutorial video, and I'm showing it to you all. And if you like the tutorial, then kindly like, share and subscribe. If you would subscribe to my channel, it would be really nice because that will give me the motivation to make more tutorials. And if you want any kind of tutorial, you can actually write it down so I can make one for you. Okay, so now I just want to wish you a happy day and hope to see you in my next tutorial video. So bye bye.